Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Pittsburgh 4x4. Sorry, don't mind the bucket hat. It's rather sunny today. If you live in Australia, you know it sucks to get sunburnt, so I'm going to try and do everything I can to avoid that. It's a good 35 degrees in my location right now, so it's disgusting. I'm very yucky. Anyway guys, today I'm going to show you how to wire in UHF into your Jimny. Let's have a look. Alright guys, this is what we're working with. One of those handpiece ones. There's not a lot of room for a big one or a normal one in the Jimny, and I got this off a family member anyway. Unfortunately, a couple of things happened to their car. No longer need this, so they gave it to me. Yeah, these are pretty simple. This is everything you need. There's some cable ties. This will take up all the excess wiring. Put that somewhere. Some heat shrink, makes it look nice and tidy. A lighter so you can melt the heat shrink. A torch so you can see what you can actually do. Wire crimper, whatever you want to call it. Some Eleco tape, just be safe if you want. And you can use scissors if you want to cut this if you want, but otherwise I just normally rip it. Yeah, so there's that. I'll show you what you need to do it. This right here guys is your best friend. This is the main ingredient. So also just chop that end bit off and strip some of that wiring off the top there. Plug that into the fuse box, which is in the footwell here. I'm going to plug it into a 12-volt socket fuse, so that way the UHF only comes on when ignition to the car's on, and you don't leave it going, you can't run your battery flat. So yeah, this is also the same thing I used when I done my DRLs for the hardcore spotties. If you want to check out the video for the hardcore spotties, I'll put in the link below and go have a look at them if you want. Yeah, I'll show you how it's done. Fuse is there. We can see where I've put the spotties as well. It's in the footwell. Obviously you have to take the cover off, keep the cover, so then that way you know what fuse is what, if you need to replace one or anything like that. Today we're going to put it on a 5 amp or a 10 amp. UHFs don't need that much power. Yeah, and then for the negative, there's a bolt up there somewhere. There you go, there's the bolt there. So I just clip down the wires and then just put the negative on there so it's earthed. So yeah, it's also not overly complicated, but let's get into it. Alright guys, so first things first, on the actual UHF bit, probably easy to just take this out, just like that. Just a little clip there, nice and easy. So that way you can get that out of the way. And this is what you got, positive, negative, get your wire stripper. Obviously it's not going to be in the big hole, you got to make sure it's not too tight, not too big either, because otherwise you're going to either damage the wiring or you're not going to actually take the cover off this. This I reckon 1.5mm should do the trick, and there you go, simple as that. Hopefully you can see that, sort of. Sorry guys, this is really difficult. Anyway, so there's that. Nice and easy. Do the same thing for negative 1.5mm. Nice and easy. It's not overly hard, especially being a smaller sort of wire. Just turn that around a little bit. Just twist it so it's a bit nicer. And that'll go under the nut I showed you before. And then this we're going to put onto that. And then we've got to plug this in. Alright guys, here it is. This is awesome. These are really good. They're literally $14 from super cheap. Nothing special that they come with. Obviously don't need it today. Just use the end of these. And probably a little bit on there in case you want in the future. Simple as that. You can keep it, chuck it. That other bit's entirely up to you. This is a bit thicker, so we go the 2.5mm. Here it is guys. So that and that. Normally you would solder these, that would be the best bet. I can't afford to solder at the moment, so we're just gonna twist them together. But before you do that, get your heat shrink. I've made this mistake plenty of times where I forgot to put the heat shrink on. I don't have any smaller ones on me at the moment, but you can't go too big or too small. If you go too big, this won't actually melt down and cover the wiring. It'll just won't do anything really. It'll go a bit smaller, it just won't do a proper job. So just twist it. So it's sort of like that. I like to put electrical tape over that, especially if you got a heat shrink that's not big enough. And a little bit. And just as nicely as possible, make it nice and tight. I'll chop this crappy bit away, and so it looks a bit nicer. And there you go, it's as simple as that. And then get your heat shrink, go over the top of it like that, so it's sort of in the middle. This is really painful to do in wind, so don't do it when it's windy. Now you don't want to do it too much, because you'll burn it and you'll have to take it off. And just like that. There you go, guys. Now do be careful, this is hot. But see, that's nice and neat. And there's no exposed wires. So yeah, heat shrink's really nice. It's really good, it's cheap. You know, get $1 lighter from your local Woolies or IGA, wherever you go. And yeah, and it cools down relatively quickly. So yeah, that's that bit done. So don't have to worry about that. Now, let's plug this bit in. And we'll earth the negative. And also, if you live on dirt like me, take the floor mat out of your car and lean your knees on it, it's heaps nicer. Now also, when you take it out, keep this. This is a cover that came off the fuse box. I know I put this in with your car, you know, it never leaves the car, so I know if I do need this, I know where to find it. So just make sure you hold on to that. These are pretty important. And like I said before, I'm going to put this on a 12 volt socket, so that way when I turn the car on, then the UHF comes on, turn the car off, UHF turns off. Simple as that, nice and easy. Here's a fuse, it's tiny, it's only a little 10 amp. It's for the cigarette socket in the front here. Just use a little screwdriver and just very gently, slowly take it out each side, flipping the screwdriver around, you know, like that. And on the other side, go like that. Just really gently and keep it. Alright guys, so you can see that bottom one is going. I'll turn the ignition on, that's on, and everything else is working fine. Alright guys, I've cleaned all this up. Just got to earth that. And there you have it. Simple as that, UHF works. And then we just got to connect the antenna to this and clean all this up. Alright guys, that nut I was talking to you about earlier, we're going to earth it. Just get a 1/4 inch drive and extension and a 10mm, undo a little bit, tuck the wires under it, gel back up, and simple as that. You just got to run the wires through the firewall for the antenna, and I'll show you what that looks like. There you go. That is now on, the negative. Well, it's earthed now, so it should be right. We'll just clean up all these wires, plug the UHF in. Right guys, here's the Jimny under the bonnet. Got the end of our antenna around here. That right there is a grommet to the firewall. So just feed this in there nicely. I did have to stab a little hole for the DRLs at Spotty's, but I've got it in through. So just feed a bit through. Leave all this excess stuff here for now. Just leave that there. Around here. Oh, and there it is, right there. Perfect, that's good. Right now we've got it fed through. Screw on this 8mm spanner and just do it up a bit. Don't do it stupidly tight. Just, I reckon you see it's firm. It's not going to come loose. It's not stupidly tight, you won't hurt it. Plug her in. Let's leave that hanging for now. Again, double check that it works. Right, we've got the Jimny on. Let's test it. Simple as that. Awesome. And see you guys, it's not that hard. So let's tidy all this up now. And that's it. She'll be right. Now, if you guys haven't seen this before, this is the bracket from Oz Jimny. I can't remember who the company who makes it, but it's really good. So this isn't real, so you know, you're gonna be sitting there all day trying to screw it. It's literally just taped on there, like a bit of glue. It's just there for show. And then I'm pretty sure there's a one of these you take out, and this just screws in. I've done it a little bit too tight at first, but that's alright, it's covered anyway. It doesn't damage it, it just doesn't look that good. And these are 2 holes for your magnetic thing if you want to get them. And yeah, obviously suits a UHF like that. Simple as that. Looks tidy too. I think it was literally like 15 bucks. Like, it's so cheap, it's really good. Alright guys, let's put a little console there. It's a bit hard to put it there because I don't have the brackets for it or anything. I'll just put it around like that bolt. You know, it's got a little hole for the cable ties. And I'll suck the wiring in there. Let's just go clean up all the UHF wiring now. Alright guys, rookie mistake, I only think this through. And I got this bit here. And you want it to look nice. So just undo this, 10mm again. Just slightly move that up a little bit, just tuck the wires in like that. And do it back up. There we go. There you have it guys. UHF is in. Simple as that. So as you can see guys, it's not that hard, it's nice and easy. The wire stuck under there, UHF things under here. You can't tell anything's there. Oh, sorry Barry. All nice and tidy. The wires are out of the way if anything. These 2 holes will get pretty well for a cable tie. Put your wires under. The wires are nice and tidy there. There's a bracket down there somewhere. You can put a cable tie. And yeah, simple as that guys. Righto guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learnt a bit off it. If you want to do this yourself, it's obviously not hard as you can see. Give yourself, you know, a good hour or so to do it. You know, don't rush it, just take your time. There's no need to rush anything. Don't do it on a hot day. It's all good. Just don't do it on a hot day, you'll be right. And yeah, so, alright guys, thanks for watching, see you next time, cheers.